Yo, gentleman's game here. You know, as I get closer and closer to the age of 30, I realize something. And it's the importance of building habits. It sounds obvious enough when you say it out loud, but when you're really young, you don't really notice a difference between someone with good habits versus bad habits. Meaning like when you're 18 years old, the difference between someone who eats healthy versus who eats unhealthy might not be super obvious yet, because you're both in college with supercharged metabolisms, but over time, the difference between two individuals with good versus bad habits will always reveal themselves. And now that I'm in my late 20s, I look around the room at the peers who are my age, and it's shocking to me how differently our life turned out post-college. It's like the ones who didn't take care of themselves aged 10 years within the last 5. The ones who didn't have a strong work ethic were still working dead-end jobs, living paycheck to paycheck, whereas my friends who maintained the habit of working hard were already making well into the 6-figure mark. The point is, habits matter. And so today, I actually want to share with you guys 5 habits that you guys need to have if you want to become high value. These habits are especially important to maintain the older you get so that you really build that foundation for yourself into your 30s and beyond. So the first habit that you need to start building is maintaining your body. Specifically, I'm referring to exercise and eating healthy. This is the most obvious habit on this list, which is why we're starting off on it. So of course you should be exercising a few times a week and focus not on just strength but also flexibility, which is something that most guys ignore. Trust me, you don't want to be that old dude who's built like a truck but can't even bend over and touch your toes without snapping something in your lower back. So of course, lift weights like everyone suggests, but maybe consider something like yoga or stretching after every workout. In terms of the diet, I like to keep it simple. Lean protein, lots of veggies, and depending on your goal, you might want to consider having less carbs or less fat. One thing that's been helping me a lot with controlling my weight is by having only one meal a day on days when I don't work out. These are all things that you can delve further into. The internet is a powerful resource to harness. Now, the second habit I suggest you building is to adopt a skincare routine. Look, one of the easiest ways to improve your looks sustainably is to improve either your hair or your skin. Having a go-to skincare routine every morning and during the nighttime keeps you looking healthy, young, and attractive. Moisturizer, exfoliating, using a good face wash. These are all just the basics of what you need to adopt in your own routine. And speaking of skincare, I want to bring up the sponsors of today's video, Tiege Hanley. These guys have really helped me maintain my skincare routine by making the entire process straightforward and uncomplicated. Honestly, it's probably the best skincare system out there for guys like you. I recommend you start with their level 1 system, which comes with all the basics. A daily face wash to get rid of the dirt, a twice per week exfoliating scrub to get rid of dead skin cells, an AM moisturizer with SPF 20 to protect your skin from the sun, and a PM moisturizer to keep your skin hydrated and healthy throughout the night. Another great part about Tiege Hanley is that every box comes with an instruction card that tells you when to use each product in what order. They really make the whole process amazingly easy. I've been using their products for a while now, and it might sound weird, but I look forward to my morning and evening routines because I just feel more confident after using their products. In addition to amazing skin, members of Tiege Hanley get tons of benefits, including at least 20% off, being able to customize your box, pausing or canceling at any time, and free US shipping. If you're outside the US, they offer low-cost shipping to most countries. Just click the first link in the description and you'll get Tiege Hanley for 30% off your first box and a free gift. Click that link and get started today if you're ready to up your skincare game and become more attractive. Now back to the video. Number 3, learning. One of the most glaring traits of a successful, attractive, high-value dude is his ability and his willingness to learn new skills, to always be stimulating his mind. Obviously, being successful and having money is a huge part of being high value, but success isn't a habit. Success is the culmination of all the good habits you had in place to achieve success, And the most important habit you can develop to be successful is to always be expanding your perspective, to study the world around you. Every day you should be making it a habit to learn something, whether it's about the world, about how to make more money, how to be healthier, how to better your social skills. And a lot of building this habit, honestly, is having the mentality of someone who's curious about the world. And seriously, there's so much things out there for you to learn. Books to read, podcasts to listen to, people for you to talk to. Being naturally curious is going to give you that energy and motivation to constantly be expanding your knowledge, your wisdom, and that will make all the difference by the time you're 30. Number 4, gratitude. So I want to tell you guys an interesting story. For the first few years after college, I was working in the corporate world. Specifically, I was doing IT at a private bank on Wall Street. And for the longest time, I thought that meant that I had it made, having a safe, stable 9-to-5 job with a nice comfy 6-figure salary in New York City. But the truth was, it made me absolutely miserable. Every day, I would stare at the clock, waiting for 5:30 p.m. to hit, so that I could clock off, commute home, shower and eat dinner, and go to bed, only to repeat the same routine the next day. A few years after doing this, I decided I wanted to build something of my own, which is what led me to build this YouTube channel. Of course, YouTube was kind of just a side hustle at first, something I worked on during nights and weekends while still working my main job in IT. Overall, still not very happy. But over time, hard work paid off, and the channel started to grow, to the point where I actually recently quit my full-time job to travel the world while being able to work remotely on the YouTube channel. And nowadays, whenever I wake up in the morning, I feel this overwhelming sense of gratitude. I feel so blessed to be alive, to be young and healthy, to be in a position where I can work because I want to, not because I have to. I can easily say that having a daily reminder to be grateful every single morning has been one of the most impactful habits that I've implemented to my overall sense of well-being. When you remember things to be grateful for, it puts all your issues into perspective. It relieves stress and just puts you in a great problem-solving and creative mood. So, I challenge you guys to find one thing every day to be grateful for. When you wake up, make it a habit every day to practice gratitude. It'll do so much for your mental health. It will keep you grounded and empathetic. It will make you a much more mature, stronger human being, all of which will serve you well into your 30s. And lastly, the 5th and final habit on this list is reflection. Look, you can do all the habits on this list and still not get the results you're looking for if you don't periodically take moments to reflect on why it is you're getting the results you're getting. This is why I personally keep a journal, to help me organize what my priorities are for that day, that week, that month, or year. There's a quote out there that says that whatever gets measured gets managed. So whatever aspect of life you're trying to improve on, make it a habit to periodically give yourself an honest assessment about how well you're doing. Reflect on what you've been doing well, what you need to improve on. Reflect and brainstorm on what you can do to improve your situation. The moment you start to drill down on what exactly is causing you to get the results you're getting out of life, and reflect on ways to deal with adversity, to build your character and gain life experience, then that's the moment you really start to go down the path of being a successful, high-value dude, all before the age of 30. So that's it for the video, guys, and to summarize today, we talked about 5 habits that you can start implementing now, especially before your 30s, which are, again, maintaining your body, developing a skincare routine, learning, practicing gratitude, and reflection. So what you think of the list? Anything I left out that you'd add? Let me know in the comments below what you think, and make sure to follow me on my Instagram at @thegentleman'sgameofficial. And as always, next week I have a banger planned, so make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss one of my videos. Peace.